Hi Pisces. Welcome to your July 2019 astrology and tarot reading. So, eclipse season and your ruler, Neptune in retrograde, the first full month of that. If you're feeling a bit tired of yourself, if you're feeling a bit tired of your image, if you're feeling a bit confused about who you are, what you want, and if you're feeling just generally going into July a bit meh, have hope. The star. Keep your wishes with the fishes, because you're a fish, Pisces. We're using the oceanic deck for this. I'm just noticing here, the Four of Swords and the Star. Recovery and hope. So if you're feeling a little bit confused about your own identity and you're getting a little bit lost in the people around you, the situations around you, and you're finding it hard to separate yourself from other people's emotions, take some time to yourself. Even though Cancer season is a time of great fun and excitement and connection for you, 10 of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, luck and victory will be on your side if you can take some solitude to recover from the emotions that aren't even yours. I actually got sitting beside, just by chance, I was on a plane trip to Gibraltar. And I got sitting beside this guy and had the best conversation. I mean, the best conversation I've not had in ages about all the stuff that interests me. And I'm Pisces rising, and he was a Pisces. And, you know, just talking about, he was out traveling with friends, but he got separated seat-wise from the rest of them. And he was just saying about how, you know, he kind of worries a little bit about big events like that because he feels like it exhausts him. And I was saying how, as a Pisces, sometimes you do need to separate yourself and take some time. You know, as much as you care about the people that you're surrounded by and the connections you have, that 10 of Pentacles energy, you can be surrounded by all the greatest of people, but if you don't have some sort of barrier method, you become infected with all their stuff too. Just bear that in mind with Neptune retrograding in your sign. Now, the eclipse, solar eclipse in Cancer, the full moon eclipse in Capricorn, both in cardinal energies, want to lead you towards something. In the Cancer eclipse, it is a lot to do with your romantic tendencies, your fun, your self-expression. It's not a night to be out drinking. It's not a night to be out indulging in substances or risky behavior. But it is a night, Two of Cups, of connection and partnership. This eclipse might bring you somebody. There, that just flipped out again, Two of Cups. Yep. Wants you to know that it's bringing you some sort of connection that is fulfilling rather than draining. Two of Swords puts you at a crossroads. So you could be very indecisive about the relationships that are coming in, especially if it's a fire sign. Page of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You could be indecisive. Goodness, Pisces, what's going on? 9 of Wands, you're defensive. Right, okay, so we're getting a story here. I'm going to start going, and we'll talk more about the astrology as we go through. You're defensive or confused surrounding a fire sign that you're connected to some way or another. It doesn't have to be a fire sign exactly. It can be their moon or rising. Bear in mind, unless you know somebody's chart, it's very hard to pinpoint them as a character in the tarot, because, you know, I was actually thinking about Pisces earlier. Rihanna has so much Aries in her chart. She could possibly come through as a Queen of Wands, but she's a Pisces. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is very fiery energy that you're getting. And I sense for a lot of Pisces, it's a lot to do with a connection, but it's also a lot to do with something that you are resisting. Let's see what's what. 6 of Swords. You're moving forward from something, or at least you're trying to. 9 of Pentacles, gratitude. Queen of Pentacles in the positive position. The earth signs challenges the 10 of Pentacles. Interestingly, that came up as Scorpio's challenge. And the 7 of Pentacles, potential as your outcome. A lot of earth energy. That Capricorn full moon will be good for you, Pisces. That sextile energy, which is very productive, very helpful, but you must do something with it. Underneath, we have death. Okay? So transformation really is what that is. Okay. I'm going to just draw two more from the top, actually. 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, and 4 of Pentacles. This is very earth heavy. Okay. I just had to look. Curiosity killed the cat. King of Pentacles as well. So Pisces dealing with earth signs. It's about to become intensified in July. If you're not dealing with an earth sign, and it's the fire sign or the water sign or the air sign or whatever, stay tuned because we will go into more depth here, particularly in the extended, but I'll talk about in general what the situation is. So the Death card is our major arcana for this reading, and I just noticed underneath is the Page of Pentacles, and if there was a court card to describe Pisces, it would be that. Because it has that soft nature, and I observe Pisces in their social situations, and I so often find that too much time spent with other people can make an introvert out of an extroverted Pisces, those two fish. So aside from taking time yourself this month, even though a lot of people will want your attention and they will want your emotional input, it is a good time to embrace a meaning of making yourself happy in your own time. That could be a hobby. It could be channeling something that actually makes you feel very, very, very happy that you can do on your own. So reading, writing, watching something, making something, creating something, doing something, whatever it is to make you feel a little bit more connected with yourself, and taking time to shut off your phone and to embrace a bit of solitude. Because when that eclipse energy comes around in Capricorn, in your social side, that we have the Pisces, Neptune retrograde in your sector of self. If you feel a little bit lost within yourself, look to the people you're surrounding yourself with too. Because as I say, yes, you could be surrounded by the most supportive of people, but this full moon is going to drudge up some feelings that you have about people. And if it's incredibly negative, you have to examine that and see where it's coming from. If around the Capricorn full moon you start to notice how unhappy you are in certain friendships and certain social situations, it may be time to take a bit of space. Similarly, if it's time that a certain friendship gets eclipsed out, that may occur too. Now, we will focus about that more in the mid-monthly reading, but for now, I'm very much intrigued by this beautiful Cancerian solar eclipse in your 5th house, because that's all about love, that's all about creativity, that's all about pleasure, that's all about fun. And for you, Pisces, it can feel very emotional in a tears of joy way. But on the other hand, I'm not seeing many cups, apart from under the Death card. And there's a 7 of Swords, Queen of Wands, 4 of Swords, very close to it. And Justice. Okay. And then it's just, there seems to be a story here. 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups underneath that. So firstly, under the layers, we have the death of a period of sadness and loss surrounding somebody that you feel second changed you, or shortchanged you even. Page of Cups in the Death card. You were naive about something and now you've seen it as it was. Could be to do with a fire sign. That could be who you're defensive of. But what's interesting to see, Pisces, as forgiving an energy as you usually are, you receive some sort of emotional rebirth by seeing somebody else get what's coming to them. There's a truth there surrounding someone, and it doesn't have to be someone in your immediate life, but it could be to do with the past. So you could have realized someone did lie to you back then, and it could be a very long time ago, and it still bothers you. But the truth sets you free from emotional restriction that has been placed on you. And this eclipse in your romantic sector is exactly that. It's setting you free to something that is more healthy. For a lot of Pisces, I kind of vibe that this is back, like a while ago. And you see justice being done, and with the death card there, that's it. That's the chapter closed. You understand why that had to be the way it was. Particularly if you're dealing with some kind of fire sign person, so a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries. And you have received from this around the eclipse in Cancer an emotional equilibrium. And underneath that, when you've dealt through this, we do have the 3 of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the 10 of Cups. Love, completion, and reunion. And once that emotional turmoil has passed, you feel at one and at peace with everyone that you love. Or, with that eclipse in your 5th house, you find a new love. And I think for many Pisces, it could be an earth sign. With Neptune retrograde and Mercury going retrograde as well, and Mercury will retrograde back into Cancer, there will be past loves return. And you might already have felt that for a little bit recently, like the feeling that it's going to happen. It is, when Mercury retrogrades back into Cancer, and I think it retrogrades back into Cancer around the 19th of July, so it will be more of a mid-monthly feeling, but it can return people. And again, with that Ace of Cups and the 3 of Cups, the sense of reunion is real. For many of you, if somebody returns with an offer, it's a happy occasion. For others of you, it leaves you conflicted. Those that I sense feel conflicted about it, it's because there's somebody new. And eclipses do that. Eclipses do that, particularly if they're in your sign or your element, I find. They bring in somebody new. So you could be encountering a Cancer. But for many of you, I think it's a lot to do with a Capricorn eclipse, where you meet somebody through a friend. But you're guarded with this person, and it takes a while for this relationship to be getting off the ground because you're establishing trust. One step forward, one step back with this person does not mean they are not trustworthy. It is because you're actually the one who's one step forward, one step back. This could be a starting off as friendship kind of relationship. They're very generous with their time, their money. There's a lot of potential there, and they give you a feeling of security, but you are still going to be quite shut off. And for both of you, this may be somewhat surprising, a change. In the workplace, similarly, you're building towards something very special. Don't stop building. It is coming. You just have to trust that it is. And I don't typically leave, I just remembered, I never leave the outcome on a court card. So we'll see. Oh, Queen of Cups, there's you. With an earth sign. Or you with another water sign. And 5 of Pentacles, abandonment. You may not be so ready for this. 10 of Swords, endings. Why is that? Well, for many Pisces, I think if you're dealing with a water sign or an earth sign that has come back from the past, some of you cannot forgive. But on the other side of that 10 of Swords is an Ace of Wands for growth. So in many cases, Pisces, you're going through the motions, and it's not to say that it's in and out of your life with people. What I'm sort of getting here is that you finally have closure on an emotional relationship that was hurtful, and it may be that the person returns. And many other senses, we had that 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups, 3 of Cups moment. For some, there's a happy reunion. It will be a mixed bag. Knight of Cups, proposals. Now I'm really going into the extended here, but let's just see 9 of Swords. Okay. For what it's worth, Pisces, there's somebody that comes into your life that gives you a great deal of emotional turmoil, and it may be self-inflicted through fear of abandonment and through fear of pain. It may also be intuition, but you will get that mental clarity amidst your anxiety. This is going to be a wonderful month, regardless of what you may feel about. Yes, see, underneath 10 of Cups, and underneath that is the Ace of Cups again. So these three want you to know that no matter what emotions crop up, because Cancer season is very emotional, and you can go with that flow, you really can. There is beautiful, beautiful energy here. 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups, 3 of Cups, and we'll figure out more about that and who and what it is in the extended. But right here, what I am getting for you, Pisces, is that emotions are coming up and you're feeling conflicted, and then you think you know what you're doing, and then it changes, and then something seems awful, but it works out better than you thought it was going to, and there's this emotional flux. And in reality, Pisces, I think a lot of you are dealing with, because if you're dealing with an earth sign, this month is all about water sign and earth sign eclipses. If you're dealing with a water sign or an earth sign, you're both going to be very much either in an Ace of Swords moment or a 10 of Swords moment. There's endings and beginnings in many ways. Ride the wave and see what happens, because for a lot of you, the truth will set you free regarding the past. The outcome could be very different for many Pisces. But just remember that space from a situation will serve you well this month, to make sure that you know what is your stuff and what is somebody else's stuff. And then you will have victory. So I love you guys very much. I will see you in the extended if you're joining me there. And if not, I will see you in mid-July. Take care, Pisces.